Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Seen Beyond and Through with Monty. Right before you, this is a high school picture of basketball player Jasper Evans. Jasper Evans is in the news because of a horrific incident in which she was involved in. The incident at hand took place at a bar called The Barn in Quincy, Illinois. Here it is. And I will show you another photo of this particular place. Okay, so that was the barn. The place looks like a little dive. It looks to me to be not very safe. It's kind of desolate out there. It just doesn't look I don't know. I guess I'm used to a different type of environment. It doesn't look very friendly. It looks very kind of like redneck territory, so to speak. Being out there in that particular desolate area, it seemed kind of desolate at after 12 o'clock at midnight. Doesn't seem safe at all. But here it is. White bar owner charged with beating black female college student unconscious. Now, this coward right here, Steve Holman, 45 years old, 325 pounds, put hands on a 19-year-old black female, all of 125 pounds. All because, apparently, it was a DJ booth that was playing music. She and a friend, she went there with a white female at this particular bar called The Barn. They appeared over a booth, both of them, and asked the guy or requested for a different song. So Stephen Holman, the owner, got enraged and apparently went straight for the black girl, Jasper, known as Jas to friends, and basically beat her so bad he beat her unconscious and threw her out of the barn like a rag doll. Before I go on, I want you to hear the story.
Just wrapped his arm around my throat and, began to strangle me. And, his arm was just so massive that, he couldn't even fit it around my neck. And he began shoving my head down. And at that point, I didn't really know what was happening. Students.
And those stories all ahead, but we begin with a breaking news update tonight. The nightclub owner accused of assaulting 19-year-old Jasper Evans is free on bond tonight after turning himself in today.
47-year-old Steve Holman was charged yesterday with one count of aggravated battery, a Class 3 felony. Adams County records show Holman was processed, posted bond, and released today. Now, prosecutors allege Holman attacked Quincy University student Jasper Evans at the barn on April 4th. Holman's first court appearance is scheduled for May 5th, but prosecutors say they plan to go to a grand jury for a bill of indictment before that date. Holman has repeatedly denied our requests for an interview.
So you heard the story. Stephen Holman, the owner, has been arrested for aggravated battery over the incident that took place during the Easter weekend. Jazz was left bruising, battered, emotionally assaulted also. But I wanted to bring up another point here. Under the headline of this particular story, it's going to be the usual protect black women. And it got to be pretty bad, to be honest with you. Protect black women. And I need to add something to this because I just do not believe that a black male, black female verbal sparring is warranted for this. And here's the reason why. I do believe that when you go out, you must be aware of your surroundings. Now, when I check this particular area, Quincy, Illinois, it is like 90% white, 5% black. And this area, as you've seen to me, it's not even a place where I would feel safe as a black man at 12 o'clock midnight and beyond. To be honest with you, I wouldn't feel safe here in an area that is 90% white, 5% black, even at 10 o'clock at night. I just wouldn't be hanging there. So, a female with another female friend, I mean, you're brave to go there. You really are. I would stay the hell out of there. But I just think that you cannot ask black men to protect something that they do not control. No one told her to go there at that particular night out in a bar. Now, this whole thing, another thing happened too with black women is that you have to be very careful of your surroundings and where you are going. This was a black female who walked straight up and right into a Trump rally with Trump supporters, questioning them, things like that. When I myself, I did a video about this, check it out, I would have just turned and walked the other way or walked across the street. Yeah, I would go into a rally if a loved one is being assaulted, if something of mine was probably stolen, depending on the value of it. But to just walk into trouble, I'm not going to do that. And the same cries again happened right here. Where are the black men protecting them? But grown adults, you must be very careful not to walk into trouble. When you do that, you're putting your own life in peril. You cannot make a foolish decision and expect other people to put their lives at risk to clean up for you. Be aware of your surroundings and the people that you are dealing with. You know what? Jazz and her friend, even the white girl, at a bar. I wonder what is the ratio of men who were there. The area looked desolate. To me, it didn't even seem safe for a white woman to even be in there. Let alone two women in a place that, I wouldn't say rural, but the word I keeps coming to my mind is a little desolate in that particular area. So this is Stephen Holman, the coward who beat a woman, who laid hands on a woman, a 19-year-old, 125-pound black female. The only thing she did was ask for a song to be requested, as far as we know. I mean, that bothered you just so much? Someone making a demand? See, to a degree, I think that black women have got to be very careful with this whole divestment movement and thinking that white men are somehow going to like them or be soft with them or going to favor them. They tend to forget that America is a very racist society. And all white people, white men, white women, prefer other white people. I'm not vilifying all white people. The vast majority, yes, still have racist tendencies in which they need to deal with. That's what I mean by be aware of the people you are dealing with and the places that you go to. If you're not careful, you will end up being assaulted like Jazz, basically beaten unconscious by someone who weighs 325 pounds. The bruises have pretty much healed, but in many cases, the psychological scars will remain. Hopefully, she'll get her just reward. He'll be prosecuted. He'll be successfully sued. He will lose his business. He deserves that. Again, the racial makeup of that particular town, 90.8% white, 5.4% African American or black. Be careful where you go. Know your surroundings. You may be at a college among college kids who are smiling at you, who are being friendly. But that's a big difference as opposed to the real world out there. So this is just a cautionary tale. A lot of racism, racist, evil people are still out there. Just be aware of that. Know that and deal with that. And the way to deal with that is to, again, know your surroundings. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is another edition of Sin Beyond and Through with Monty, and I will see you all beyond and through.